Well, hi everyone. We are so lucky to have with us our Chief Academic Officer, Alison Yoshimoto-Towery. So, will the teachers be teaching the class that they're in at the site and also teaching Zoom at the same time?
That's a great question, Mr. Schmolson. And I know many parents are wondering that, and many of our students as well. Let me say that it's really important, families, that you turn in your survey to let us know if you're coming back or you're planning to stay at home, because we're going to use that information to make the classes of students who are going to be learning online and to create time for students to be able to also have their online time. So let me take this in parts. For
Okay.
elementary, okay, for elementary, if you're coming back and there are enough students to make up a whole AM class, right? Then there'll be an entire AM period of students that are learning in person. The limit in terms of the number of students coming back is based on the size of the class, because we have to be able to maintain the 6-foot social distancing protocol. We are going to every single school and every single classroom to know how many students are allowed in the particular size room. So looking at the square footage and then determining how many students are allowed in that classroom so that we're sure to be as safe as possible. There may be schools that have enough students to do a full AM and a full in-person PM with the same teacher, right? And there may be other schools who only have one in-person AM class and the whole entire PM class is online. It'll just be determined by how many parents respond back that they want to come back to school. That's for elementary. So for secondary, because we're organizing by advisories, the size of advisories are usually about 20 students. So we do believe that the advisories will be able to be its own stable group at school. And within that group of students, again, the students will be joining their classes online via via Zoom or a web-based program, and that they'll be able to join their classes in that way, whether they're at school or whether they're at home. So um, of course, there are still questions around how am I going to do PE that way, or how am I going to do my dance class? And I want you to know that we're working together with our school principals, with our labor partners to operationalize all of those questions before we return so that we'll be able to answer those specific questions together. So the bottom line is speak to your principal if you have a question, because they will be able to tell you what your schedule will be for the school that you're at.